Now we are going to learn the topic of software engineering practice. Okay, software engineering practice. What is a practice here? Practice is nothing but it is an approach or set of proven approaches to solve a problem or to develop a project. What it is? It is a set of proven approaches to solve a given problem or to develop a project is called software engineering practice. There are four steps are there, okay, to solve a given problem or to develop a project. Coming to first one is understand the problem. What is the first one? First one is understand the problem. Second one is plan a solution. Third one is carry out the plan. Fourth one is examine the result for accuracy. If you want to solve a given problem, you must follow these four steps. Or if you want to develop a software project, okay, then you will use the four steps. Clear? Coming to the first one is understand the problem. So understanding problem means what is a problem actually? Not only problem. Why are we going for a developing of a software? So to resolve some real time problem. Why we have developed some online food order? Because if we will go there and we will buy the food and we'll take the food to come back to home, okay, it may take some time, okay, and sometimes it may be far from our house. So because of that we can't go there. So if we don't have vehicle means we'll go by walk. It will take a lot of time for going and take a parcel and come back, okay, and for eating. So this is, it will take some time. So to overcome that we have some online food order sites, Zomato, Swiggy, like that. So not only this, for every app is used for some other purpose to reduce the, okay, effect, to reduce the effort or risk of a human being, okay, to simplify the works from home itself. Why are we going for online shoppings instead of going physical shoppings? One is for time saving. If you'll go for one shop, only that shop has little number of models. If you'll see in online shopping, there are lot of models are available there. So because of these reasons, we are going for online shoppings. Okay, so what is the there, if one person came to us to develop one online site to what for my to show that what dresses or something, okay, we are asking why you are going to what develop that such kind of project. He said that same reason, okay, if somebody will come to my shop, or if anybody wants to see, or all models, it's not possible to show them at a time. If that is online means I'll put each and every model whichever I have in my shop, so automatically they'll see and they'll try to buy, like that he may tell. So that is a problem. So and he is finding a solution for that problem by developing online app for his shop. Clear? So like that only, first of all, if somebody is going to if somebody asked to develop a project, so why, what is the need to develop that project, why he is going for that, okay, that is a problem. Clear? So understand the problem. In that problem, what is the first step here? Who has a stake in the solution to the problem? Okay, he is the stakeholder or he is the customer. Okay, stakeholder in the sense who wants to develop a who wants to who wants a project to improve his business. That person is called a stakeholder or otherwise a customer. We will call him as a customer. Clear? So he has some business problem. To overcome that business problem and also to improve his sellings, so he want one app. Clear? So that is the motive of developing an app. So whenever he came to us, then we will understand which kind of problem it is and so what that particular stakeholder needs, for which purpose he needs that one, and so accordingly we will act or we will ready to work on that project. Coming to second point, what are the unknowns? So which means if the functions of that project or features of that project or are the solutions, whether we will provide a exact solutions by using some data. Okay, whether we know that information that is no known problem or unknown problem. Do we have the data for that or features functions? Okay, whatever he needed to solve that problem, we need to analyze that one. Okay, analyzation of solving a problem. Analyzation of solving a problem. Okay, and coming to third one, can the problem be compartmentalized? Means there is a possible to represent smaller problems that may be easier to understand. Okay, is it mean maybe we can split that problem into a small parts, and by doing that we can, so by doing or by decomposing the problems into a small number of problems, then we can solve each and every sub problem, then we will get the solutions easily. Okay, by doing like that, okay, do we get proper results or not? Analyzing. And coming to the fourth one, can the problem be represented graphically? Whatever the problem we have, okay, listen from a customer, that problem can be represented in graphical manner or not. Okay, this is about understanding the problem. In this understanding the problem, here we are concentrated on two things. The first one is, so what is the requirement of a customer? So that is the one understanding of a problem. And what is the second one is whether what are the requirements we needed for this project to develop these projects. Gathering of requirements or analysis of requirements, okay, to develop this project. Those are the 2 points covered under the understand the problem. And coming to the second one, plan the solution. Okay, second practice is plan the solution. In this planning of solution, in the sense, okay, we are going to develop, okay, we are going to implement the modeling. Okay, see the first point in the plan the solution. Have you seen similar problems before? So so while doing the plan, there is an existing softwares are available or not, whether the functions features are related to any other existing software or not, we are going to check for that one. Okay, coming to second point, has a similar problem been solved? Which means there is any reusability of code. If some part of the customer requirement is matched to already existing software, means is that code is used in our program or not. Okay, so if we'll use that one, automatically our time will be saved. So that is called similar problem being solved. And whether if it is solved, do we use that code or components of that problem into our problem or not? Clear? And coming to next point, can subproblems be defined? Which means, so already if it's a big problem, means we are going to split that one into a sub problems to, okay, develop to decompose that problem into a number of sub problems, okay, for easiest work purpose. That sub problems are already defined or not, their solutions are ready for developing to our project or not, okay, from a parent, right? That is the third one. And coming to the last one, can you represent a solution in a manner that leads to effective implementation? Okay, can a design model be created? Which means, will we apply this one, our required project into designing phase? Which means, do we apply or do we draw any kind of flow chart or some modelings? Some other modelings are so available in software, or available in software. Okay, so representations, modeling representations in the sense, what is the problem and how to solve that problem by developing a problem by using algorithm also. Okay, why we are going for algorithm before going to execute your program? Okay, it is a step by step approach to solve a problem. So this step by step approach can be converted into a flow chart, that is a graphical representation of a algorithm. Already we know that graphical representation of a algorithm. So do we build such kind of graphical representation modelings to solve a problem? Okay, that is the meaning of solution, representation of solution for a given problem. This is about plan the solution. Coming to next one, third practice is carry out the plan. Carry out the plan in the sense, it is a generation of a code or development of a code. After planning everything, after designing step also, we are going to develop a code. So this is about a carry out the plan in the sense developing a code. Coming to the first one, does the solution conform to the plan? So whatever the code implemented, it will be worked, okay, related to our plan or not. So our developed code is giving exact results whatever we are expecting. Okay, that is called, does the solution conform to the plan? Okay, it is developed for a given plan or not? Is each component part of the solution provably correct or not? So whatever the results we got from that code, so those are correct results or not, we need to verify at this, okay, phase. And coming to the fourth one, examine the result. In this examining of results means, here we are going to perform testing of developed project, and also quality, and also here we are going to quality checking, as well as whether this project is suitable or whether this product is developed based on customer requirements or not. Here we are testing in this fourth practice. Fourth practice is examine the results. In this examine the results, the first point is it is possible to test each component part of the solution. After finding a solution, after developing a solution to a problem, then do we test that each and every component or not? After that, does the solution produce results that conform to the data, functions and features that are required? So whatever the requirement which is taken from a customer, this project will be working based on that requirement or not. This is the examine the result. Okay, this is about a software engineering practice. And also there is another slide. In this slide we have one general principle which is designed by Hooks. Okay, Hookers, right? So Hooker's general principles are, there are 7 principles are there in Hooker is developed by 7 principles. What are those? First one is the reason it all exists. So whatever the requirements from the customer, so all the requirements are fulfilled in that project or not. All the things are existed whichever we developed, okay, or not. That is the first principle. We need to check that one. And second principle is keep it simple and stupid. What is the second principle here? Keep it simple, stupid. So whenever we want to use that particular developed project, that should be a simple for everyone. Okay. And some small things, stupid things will be added to that one. Then only we are happy to use such kind of apps or something. Okay, little stupidity. Clear? And coming to third point, maintain the vision. So for which purpose we have developed that project? So we should reach that project with 100% quality. Okay, and with quality. That is called maintain the vision. Next, fourth point is what you produce, other will consume. So what you have developed in that project, whether it is useful to other or not through that project. Okay, if we will develop something, is it useful to anybody or not? Or at least whoever the regular users or not. That is the fourth point. Second point is be open to the future. If we want to, if we want to update the software in future also, okay, that is ready to accept that changes also. Okay, if we will develop one project based on today's technology and based on needs and necessity of today's thinking, but after 10 years, after 20 years, our technology already is updated, our thinking also is changed towards that project. Okay, at that time if we want to modify that project, then it will allow the changes, it will adapt the changes what we have, okay, what we will do in future. That is the be open to the future. Sixth one is plan ahead for reuse. Already we have discussed what is reuse. If the components of that particular code should be a reusable, or if the code of that project must be a reusable one. Okay. Or otherwise, if we are not after 20 years or 30 years, we are not using such kind of such app, then at least some few parts, some few coding lines must be reusable for some other purpose. Okay. So so like that it should be developed. And finally think in the sense about all of the above points. While developing a project, you need to think and develop for today and for future also, and it is simple for everyone. Okay, and whatever the requirements we need, that should be included in that project, and that project should be useful for anyone, and it should accept the future changes too, and it is ready for reuseness. Okay, this is about the principles which is designed by Mr. Hooks. Okay, for developing a software. Clear? This is about today's class. It's a small concept, small and simple concept. Already you have seen almost the same steps in, okay, previous topic. What was that? Software process. In software process, what we are doing, the same steps, communication, okay, and also planning, modeling, and code developing, testing. Here also in the same we have repeated in this concept itself. There is nothing new except the Hooker's general principles. So this is a separate heading. The remaining whatever we have discussed in this what software practice. So just it's a word, it's a new word to software process and software practice. Okay, process means in that we are going to follow the step by step. This is practice in the sense it is a just our approach or step by step process almost the same, but this is a set of approaches. Okay, these approaches are implemented are already used, okay, used by many developers or people. Okay, so by using these steps, all or all was successed. So that's why we are following the same steps here itself. Okay, that is the motive of practice. Practice in the sense already somebody did this, somebody followed this kind of steps, 4 steps. So by following that one, they were developed a software in a smooth manner. So the same approach we will follow, then we will get a smooth results after developing a software project. Okay, almost project process and this one both are same here itself, right? Then this is about today class.